I think we're live. I've been seeing a lot of things on, Street Outlaws. Things basically saying what's going on with Big Chief. Big Chief coming back. Is Street Outlaws ever going to be the same? There's a bunch of channels that go into details about street race talk and everything like that. And you got to take it for what it's worth. The 405 has got about 15 seasons, 13 to 15 seasons exactly. And street racing has evolved. And so, on behalf of Big Chief, he basically said when it comes to a point where he doesn't feel like it's about the street, he's going to move on. And he is the original 405 race master. And now he posted in a video saying he didn't exactly clarify, but he says he's not the 405 show race master. What does that mean? Is he still the race master for the streets? Is he still going to be racing in the streets of the 405? As you can see, he's building a small tire Corvette. So with that, he basically, as everybody knows, he left the show. And with leaving the show, I'm not going to lie, I personally think the ratings went down for America's Fastest in America's list. It went from top 20 to top 25, and personally, my opinion is I think that's too many people racing to get to the number one spot in a short amount of time. It lasted about a month, so if you're lucky, you might get 3 races a night. Depends. They put that new rule in effect where you have to race up. You have to defend your spot and win, and then you can race up. So there's certain racers at the bottom of the list, that only made it a couple spots, and personally I think that rule really messed them in the end. Messed it up. Now, as far as Endgame goes, I haven't really seen much of anything about it. I see Jeff Lutz, Sean Ellington is bringing out the 55 that his dad crashed. He rebuilt it. Axeman is involved. And, Big Chief was supposed to be a part of that show, but something happened and he felt like, it was going in a direction he didn't want to go with. So now him and Jackie, they're doing their own thing. And to be honest with you, he seems a lot more happier, and his content is pretty amazing. I'm not gonna lie. Everybody loves the Crow, the OG Crow. And, it's a big tire car. It's a high horsepower car. Pontiac engine, twin turbos. And his philosophy, his thing is, let's make what we have, use what we have to our advantage. Basically, do what you can with what you have. And, there's other racers out there that basically, Pro-Charged Hemi, that's pretty much that's the main thing right now for the No Prep Kings. Everyone's on the Pro-Charged Hemi combo. Justin Swanston just went to a blower motor, and he's making a big deal, in No Prep Kings. And, Chief even attacked that also. He went to a No Prep Kings event. I believe he won an event He wasn't really going for the points, but you know, it's at the point now where it's kind of turning into, in my eyes, an NHR event. You know, basically you see a lot of Camaros. Um, you see a lot of blower motors, and it's like, what do you think Street Outlaws needs to do to go back to the roots? Do you think we'll ever see Chief again on the 405 show? Honestly, probably not. I mean, I'm not going to get into details of what I know or what happened, but it's came a time where basically he he did what he could for the show. He is, to be honest, in my eyes, he is one of the top main characters of the show, and you know, it was Midwest Streetcars to the top, him and Sean to the top on everything. And I feel like ever since, you know, that friendship split, I kind of feel like the show went downhill. You know, the OG 405 show used to be top 10 list, out of town races, and that's when I feel like it was at its point. That's when it was at its peak. And then, you know, they got ready for the new show where all they did in the 405 show was basically practice, and all they did was practice for the show, for the next show, America's List. You know, the top, what was it, the top 5, I believe, went on to America's List. And from there, that's basically what the 405 show turned into. And in my eyes, you know, the show season 1 was okay. You know, it was pretty interesting to see Chief, Kai Kelly, JJ the Boss, all of them on the same road. And, you know, Scott Taylor and Lizzie Musey is also involved now. And I just, to be honest with you, I'm a bigger fan of the old school 405, you know, when Chief was number 1 with the crow, when it was painted white, and you know, Kai Kelly was his arch nemesis, and you know, Kai Kelly took over the scene, and it just, from there, it just evolved so fast to faster cars. It went from basically back half cars to pro mods on the street, and from there, it's basically, now, let's be honest, it's drag cars on the street. So with, you know, Street Outlaws Endgame coming back, it's going to be small tire racing. Build your own car, drive it to the spot, and race race what you got. It doesn't matter if it's nitrous, twin turbo, you know, race what you brung. And we'll see what goes on from there. I mean, it is kind of upsetting that Chief did pull out from the show, but I'm sure he has his reasons. You know, someone who, you know, is taking over the scene right now, honestly, is Ryan Martin. He has a fast combo. He has a dedicated team, and from there, we're gonna see. Basically, he's dominating No Prep Kings. You know, I think he's won 4 events in a row so far. And from there, I think he's number 1 in points. I believe Kai Kelly's number 2. Not sure about 3. But I'm kind of hoping, you know, Endgame brings us back to the streets. And from there, you know, if you like the video, I'm going to try to make another one. This is the first one I've made. Just expressing how I feel. You know, I like to know how everyone else feels, and that's it, man. Keep it, just keep it positive on the channel, and we'll see what's happening. Thank you.